Hello, welcome back to another FPL video. I hope everyone is doing well. Gameweek 35 is just around the corner. And today, we're going to be taking a look at differentials that could send you flying up the leaderboards. With only a few game weeks left to play, this Gameweek 35 is a massive point in the season where you can kind of make those final, last grasp attempts to gain in your mini leagues and overall ranks. If you are new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I know that the majority of you watching this won't be subscribed. I'm really trying to push for that 1,000 mark, so if you don't mind helping me out, I really appreciate it. Hit the like button if you do enjoy the video, and let's get straight on into this one. So first things first, we are looking at the attackers. Now differential, firstly, I'm sort of describing that as below 10% ownership, and I've also tried to include a few players as well who are kind of around that 1% mark as your absolute gems of ownership who send you absolutely flying up those leaderboards. Firstly, we do have Richarlison, the main man in the middle there, playing for Everton. He's got 6 goals and 3 assists so far this season with expected goals of 0.46. Everton playing against West Ham and Aston Villa, so it's not the worst fixtures, not the best. I think Aston Villa of late have actually been quite poor defensively, so it's not a bad fixture at all in that regard. And then West Ham as well, you know, it's an okay fixture. Obviously West Ham gunning for the Champions League spot, so it's not the easiest one as well, but Richarlison does love to pick up the bonus points when he does play, coming in about 8.5% ownership. He's obviously kind of second fiddle to DCL, but obviously offers a lot more in terms of if he scores, he will send you flying up those leaderboards. The next player we do have is Christian Benteke, who's very much a gem, below 1% owned, maybe even below 0.5% owned, coming in with 6 goals this season. He's got 1 assist and expected goals returned of 0.37. Now you'll be seeing quite a lot of Palace assets in this video, just because majoritively a lot of people do not own many of their assets, so they are pretty much all gems. You know, they're at least all below 10% owned, and the majority are below 1% owned, and they do have the best double game fixtures of Sheffield and Southampton. I'm definitely going to be saying go for Crystal Palace assets if you want to send yourself flying up the leaderboards. They have a high chance of doing well and a very, very low own. Christian Benteke has been on okay form of late, picking up I think 2 goals in the past sort of 6 or 7 games, and even if he manages to score 1 goal in the space of this double game week, he should get a double-digit haul, and that would obviously send you up those leaderboards. Then finally we have Che Adams coming with 7 goals and 4 assists with an expected goal return of 0.52, so expect actually the best stats out of any kind of player we've looked at so far from these attackers. Southampton do have okay fixtures, playing against Liverpool and Crystal Palace in their double. Definitely 2 sides that Southampton can score against, and Southampton this season have probably been better going forward than they have at the back, with Danny Ings injured, with Minamino injured, with Walker out, with Gineppo out. It seems as though Che Adams' spot is pretty much fixed at the minute. And there is one thing to consider as well, is that Southampton do have some quite nice fixtures after the double game week, playing against the likes of Fulham and Leeds. And to be fair, Everton and Richarlison do have good fixtures after double as well. But Che Adams coming in at only 5.7 million. Not only does he offer some really good value, but he's also a massive differential, coming in at only like 4% ownership. So Che Adams could be a decent pick for this double game week. Then moving on into the midfield, and as I said, Crystal Palace are going to feature quite a lot, or quite heavily, in this video because of their fixtures. And their main man, Wilfried Zaha, coming in at 9.5% ownership, and most of that ownership I think will be from kind of inactive accounts from the start of the season, so his effective ownership is probably actually a bit lower than that. I think, you know, he's their main man. He's going to be the one scoring the goal. Scored 10 goals and 2 assists so far this season, with expected goal return of 0.45. I'm personally looking at captaining him. I think he could have an electric game, especially against Sheffield United. They look so poor against Spurs. You know, Son absolutely smashed it, and I think Zaha's going to be playing a similar role to Son, kind of like bursting in behind that Sheffield United defence. It's really slow. So Zaha, I think, is a cracking option, and definitely an option I'd be looking to bring in if you do not own him. Then we have Ward-Prowse picking up 8 goals and 6 assists with a quite low expected goal return of 0.24. But I think that's because the majority of his returns do come from set pieces, the likes of penalties, corners, free kicks. This is kind of where he's getting all his returns from, and the fact, obviously, as I say, that he is on penalties, a massive bonus for him. Southampton have actually managed to pick up a few penalties so far this season, so I think Ward-Prowse looks like a decent option, coming in at only 5.7 million and quite low ownership as well, with a double game as I discussed with Che Adams they have against Liverpool and Crystal Palace, and the nice fixtures they have after that. Ward-Prowse could be a pretty decent differential to send you up those leaderboards. And then finally, finally, we have James Maddison, who plays against Newcastle, a nice fixture. And Manchester United, not the easiest, and does also blank in Game Week 36. So something definitely to consider there, that, you know, Leicester are not playing in Game Week 36. He's picked up 8 goals and 5 assists so far this season with an expected goal return of 0.41. But to be fair to him, he has been injured for quite a while this season, and he's going to be making that last kind of gasp ditch push for those England Euro spots. So, you know, as he keeps pushing forward, I mean, I watched the highlight of the last game he played and he was just shooting left, right and centre every time he got the ball. He's being very selfish, and that's what we like to see being FPL owners of these assets, that these players are being very selfish and want to get the returns themselves. So I think Maddison could be a pretty decent option. I probably put Zaha and Ward-Prowse over the top of him just because they both do have Game Week 36, and I think their fixtures probably lie a little bit nicer as well. But Maddison could easily go and haul in this double game week. Then finally, moving on into the defenders, the main man in the middle there, Luca Dean, playing for Everton, who've picked up 9 clean sheets so far this season. They've got expected goals against of 1.63, so not the best. I think it's kind of just below mid-table. They're probably about the 8th most likely side to concede, so it's not the best, but his expected goal return is 0.25, so expected to get an attacking return 1 in every 4 games. And the way he bombs down that left-hand side, if Everton can just manage to keep some clean sheets, this man will haul. We saw him against Aston Villa pick up an assist and manage to pick up the 3 bonus points as well. So as I say, if they manage to pick up an assist, then he will be absolutely flying. Everton obviously playing against Aston Villa and West Ham United. I think they can definitely get a clean sheet. Maybe against Aston Villa. I don't really see it against West Ham United. I think Villa is definitely the more likely of the two. But you never know. Dino could go and pick up a couple of assists across the 2 games, and he could easily go and haul in that way. Then we have Joel Ward playing for Crystal Palace, and he's definitely the kind of gem out of these 3 coming in at around 1% ownership. Palace haven't been too great this season defensively, and that's kind of shown there with the stats. 7 clean sheets, expected goals against of 1.72 and expected goal returns of 0.02. But Sheffield United and Southampton were 2 of the sides that Crystal Palace managed to keep clean sheets against, so that could bode quite well for them. Joel Ward actually against Manchester City didn't look too bad going forward. He played a nice little ball across where Zaha or someone should have been on the end of it, so you never know, you could get an attacking return. But we're mainly looking at the defence for these 2 games, and considering, as I just said, the Crystal Palace managed to keep 2 clean sheets against Sheffield and Southampton, and Ward is actually quite good for the bonus points. When they do keep a clean sheet, I don't think he's a bad option at all. Then finally, we have a Castan for Leicester coming in at about 7% ownership. They've kept 11 clean sheets so far this season. They're the 4th best team in terms of expected goals against, with only 1.25. He's got an expected goal return of 0.17. Castan just looks so good going forward. He absolutely bombs down that wing, and he'd probably be on a lot more kind of total points this season if he'd managed to keep himself out of injury. Obviously, Leicester playing against the likes of Newcastle and Manchester United, you can see them easily getting a clean sheet against Newcastle, although to be fair, Newcastle have been picking up the kind of goal scoring of late. They didn't manage to score in the Arsenal game, but before that they were doing quite well with Anise, Maximan and Wilson back from injury, so definitely something to consider there. And as with Maddison, he does not play in game 36, but Castan could easily go and haul across the double game. He can make that well worth your while. So if you have enjoyed this quick little differential video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm really pushing for that 1k subscribers. Hopefully it'll be there soon. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below any differentials or generally players you are thinking about bringing in for the double gaming. As I mentioned, I'm looking at Zaha, and I'll probably go for Joel Ward as well. Why the hell not? And yeah, hit that like button if you've enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.